Hello everybody, welcome to Apex Demo Center located here in Golden, Colorado, and today we will be going through one of our live fittings. Today we are here with our customer named Bjorn. Bjorn, what brought you into Apex today?
I have some ski boots that unfortunately are really uncomfortable and cold, and my friend's been raving about your guys' boots, how they are much more comfortable, nice and warm, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
So Bjorn came in today asking about our Apex ski boots, and the first thing that I asked him is what type of ski boot he was looking for. He emphasized to me that he was looking for a stiff and high-performing ski boot, and that pointed us in the direction of the Antero VS. That said, I followed with asking him what his shoe size was. He told me he was a size 13, and from there it allows us to grab a size 31 for our fitting in the Antero VS. So Bjorn, getting ready to do our fit here today. This is our Antero VS ski boot, okay? Highlighting how this boot is constructed, first you see we have a 3-buckle system, okay? If you were to detach all 3 buckles as so, 1, 2, and 3, the walking boot is easily separable from the chassis as so, okay? First, we're gonna be getting into our walking boot part of the fit, and after we dial in the walking boot according to you, we will then be getting in depth with the chassis. Firstly, in addressing the specifics of the Antero VS walking boot, we have our BOA system. This is our double stacked BOA technology, and essentially how it works is your simple cable and reel system. When the BOAs are pressed in, the system is fully locked. I can push as hard as I can, and this cables and the reel does not loosen. To open the system, you will simply just pull out the BOAs as so. And now when I push on the tongue, the system is able to expand and then contract around the boot. Getting into a proper fit, one thing we want to ensure when putting the boot on and off is unlocking the system, pushing the tongue fully forward, and locking the BOA for the best accessibility for entry and exit. So Bjorn, now it is time to get on your Apex ski boots. First, this is your right foot, and this is your left foot.
All right, let's try this. Ooh, that's smooth.
Nice, right?
Yep, feels great.
A little bit more comfortable than other ski boots, for sure.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And much easier to get in.
Definitely, yeah. So now that we have this locked out BOA system, right, what we're gonna wanna do is tighten up the system. So what we're gonna do is, since it is locked in the open position, we're gonna kind of close it around your calf as so, right? And since we have all this extra fluff, if we unlock the BOA, it'll actually kind of auto lace up around your calf. From here, pop in both the BOAs, and you can begin the tightening process as so. Bjorn, now that the BOAs are fully tightened on each boot, there's an important factor to consider when getting a proper fit in our Antero Apex ski boots. What I want you to do is I want you to pull up on each of the tongues for me. Perfect. Feel that sort of alleviation of pressure through there? That helps deal with a lot of the tightness that may occur over the top of the foot, and also helps secure and get a better fit for after you release the tongue. You're just going to tighten it down just a little bit more. We have gotten you fully into the boot. We've released the tongues. How are they feeling?
I think overall they feel great. I feel like I'm moving quite a bit in them.
Okay.
And I think I have white feet. Is there
White
anything
feet?
you can do about it?
There's lots of things we can do about it, and we'll get into that next. So Bjorn, to address the concerns within having a wider toe box and flatter foot, additionally to that, dealing with the heel lift, there's a couple different solutions we can do. Okay. So the first solution we can do is by grabbing our Superfeet insoles. Okay, so this will kind of maximize the comfort within the boot. It'll help with putting your foot in a natural position, and additionally to that, it'll give you a little bit more room in the toe box. Secondary to that, for addressing the heel lift concern, we offer and provide these butterfly pads. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the factory insole, and we are going to replace it with your custom Superfoot insole as such. Now that we have got that in, the next thing we are gonna be doing is putting on our butterfly pad. And what this does, this helps secure your ankle. And we do this by flipping around the liner, removing the sticker from our butterfly pad. And this just goes right on the bottom as so, okay? Using the C-pads that are built into the liner, it allows us to place it best. So when we put this back into the boot, it'll eliminate any of that heel lifting that's occurring. So Bjorn, now that it's all tightened up, why don't you stand up for me? And from there, just kind of tell me how it feels. How does that feel? So you have a changed boot on the right, and you have a stock boot on the left.
The right feels a lot better. I mean, my heel isn't moving, so yeah, fits great.
Fantastic. Now that we've gotten the boot squared away, we're going to be getting on the chassis. You're going to cross your leg, line up your toe, bring it around, and step down.
Okay.
After getting on your chassis, I can see that we have maxed out one of our ladder systems here for attaching a buckle. In order to get a tighter fit, a more secure fit, what we can do is actually change the strap length. And we do that by, there is a threaded pin inside of our strap. So I will remove this threaded pin. Once the pin is removed, I'm able to change the length of the strap. So we're going to put it back in. And once we've identified the needed size, I will put the pin back in its insert and re-screw in from there. Now we secure it. We get a much tighter secure. Secondary to adjusting the strap length, we can also change the buckle placement location. And we do this by, your boots come with an Allen key, and on the buckle is we have a threaded pin. So what we can do is we can remove this pin. Once we remove the pin, we can scoot back the buckle to the rear housing, as so. Retighten the pin. Once that's nice and secure, we go back to tighten it, a much tighter fit. Now that we have concluded your fit and got the boot completely squared away, the last step to address any final concerns dealing with that tight toe box would be to heat mold the boot. And while we undergo that heat molding process, we can add on these additional toe caps for some additional room. So Bjorn, now that your boot is hot and you wanted some extra room in the toes, we're going to put on this toe cap as we have done. I'm going to put this liner into the walking boot. Now you fully step into the boot. As such. Now that we are undergoing the heat molding process, I'm going to tighten up the boot around you. We're going to pull up the tongue, tighten a little more, and now we sit in this position for approximately 5 minutes. Now that you've been sitting in this toasty boot here for the last 5 minutes, we're going to go ahead and take it off. Go. Remove this toe cap, and that completes the heat molding process. Bjorn, now that we have kind of gone through all the steps of adjusting the boot, fitting and readjusting the straps on the chassis, and lastly, the heat molding process, I think you should be good to go.
They feel awesome.
Little different than your normal and average ski boot, huh?
Yeah, very much so.
Let's get these chassis off you. I'll show you how we use this walking strap and we'll get you packed up and out the door. So Bjorn, with our walking strap here, all I'm doing is just buttoning it behind the flex strap, which allows you to carry it as such. Everything we have done here in store for our fitting can easily be done at home or even can be walked through with an over-the-phone fitting. So Bjorn, thanks for coming in today and allowing me to guide you through a fit here at our demo center
Awesome.
at Apex.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Have a good day.
You too.
If anything comes up, feel free to come on back.